loves, welcome to my channel. How are you? My name is Luisa. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, as you've already seen in the title. This is a mini session of like a story time, or I'm calling them like lessons with Luisa, but really it's just, it can either be a message of hope, like food for thought, or questions, just like to engage in conversation with you guys, or discussion of certain topics, whatever that may be, whatever comes to mind or whatever's been on my heart. So for today, I'm looking down, by the way, because I have my notes here. I want to make sure I don't get distracted because I will go off on rants, and I don't want to do that for the sake of this video and to not make it too long for you. But anyways, I'm going to be sharing a bit of like one of my past relationship stories, just a little bit about it. For those of you who don't know me, first of all, welcome or welcome back. But I tend to like foreigners. This is something that's been, I'm not gonna say fairly recent, but since I studied abroad in college, I just went on dates with foreigners and I really liked that. They just had an extra kick, you could say, to the relationship. Anyways, so like I said, today is going to be about like not wasting someone's time and how that can essentially cause them pain, and you want to avoid causing someone else pain or yourself pain and a waste of time. So there will be a bit of like humor in this. I want to say this is a judgment-free zone. Okay, this is something I did in the past that I'm not proud of. I look back and I kind of laugh at it, and I'm sure he does too by now. Well, at least I hope so. If you're watching this, hey. But yeah, it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys as to why we shouldn't do this as women, as men, and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's begin. So to start off, I need to give you some context to the story. So like I said, I like to date foreigners. And at this point in time, I was dating a guy who I had met when I was studying abroad in Switzerland. I'm not going to say where he was from or anything, but it's just European. I'm American, by the way, if you don't already know by my accent. And I lived in Switzerland for about a year, and then I went back 2 summers. Yeah, I went back. Yeah, actually, no. I lived there for almost a full year, then a full summer. So maybe like a year and a half or a year and like 4 months. And anyways, I ended up, during the year that I was living there, I made some friends, some Swiss friends, people from the local university, who aren't necessarily Swiss, but came from like different parts of Europe to go study there. Anyways, so this person, I will give him a name. I don't know if I should give him like a foreign name. I don't know. We'll just do an American name for the sake of this video, Johnny, but he's not Latino or anything, like, no. Okay, European. So anyways, Johnny just is someone that I started to practice French with, because the part of Switzerland that I lived in towards Lake Geneva or Lac Léman is French speaking. So anyway, so I made some friends. I made like 3 or 4 friends trying to help them practice English and them help me practice my French and hopefully improve. So anyways, he was one of those people that I had become friends with. And little by little, our friendship developed. That year, I really fell in love with studying abroad because it was about me living with like 70 friends, traveling every other weekend, all over Europe, like all around. It was really just a beautiful and unique experience that I can definitely share another time. But it was a full year, I'd say, from full academic year. So September to like April, end of April. And then I went back for the summer in like May, June. So yeah, so I was there for like the whole summer. Anyways, and so during that year, like him and I would talk a lot because I wanted to practice my French. Like I'm trying to meet new people and at the same time, like have my friends there. And yes, I am still friends with some of those people today. So the end of the academic year comes, and I come back during the summer for, I was living with like Swiss friends at the time, like their families. Yeah. Anyways, and so he had known kind of my stories with the people that I was dating in Switzerland, like going on dates with or trying to meet up, or like, you know, romantic life. Like he knew those details. Okay. And so there was this guy, I'm going to call him Nick, who I was 1,000% attracted to, like fully. I mean, like, I remember I would look at him and I was just like, whoa, 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 where did you come from? Are you a model? He was a model. Beautiful man, like physically, okay? Just physically. I wish I could like show you a picture so you know what I'm talking about. But like picture the most attractive guy that you've ever been attracted to. It could be like a celebrity or whatever. Like he was that kind of level. Okay. So anyways, I really liked him physically. And him and I talked a bit, but then like when the summer came, I really just had a decision to make. So I could choose to like continue this wishy-washy, whatever it was with Nick. Or I could choose to like date someone who I knew loved me. The reason I say this, like everyone knew around me, everyone was like, hey, I almost said his name. Hey, Johnny like really likes you, like Luisa, like have you not noticed? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't like him. Let's not get confused here, people. You know, like everyone knew around me, and I knew too. Like a girl knows, a guy knows. You know when someone that like you may not necessarily like likes you. If not, you at least have an inkling, okay? Like, just a little too close, just a little too, like, too many touches, too many taps on the shoulder, or something like that. You know what I mean. Anyways, so everyone knew. So I already knew that going forward. So I knew that if I had, like, made a move of, like, trying to kiss him, I knew he would reciprocate, like, 1,000%. And he did. He did. So that summer, I decided to spend it with my friends, and then with him. God. I spent the summer with him, and then I went back to school. So I studied in California. By the way, you cannot find this anywhere online. There are no pictures of me and this person at all anywhere, like deleted. But anyways, with Johnny, I mean. So then I go back to school in California. So again, I was studying abroad and I studied in California. And I was sad, just like anyone else would be as my junior year of college. Sad because I missed Switzerland. I missed being able to travel every weekend. I missed like, when are you ever going to be in a state where you're like living with friends in a house? Like, and you can just like go upstairs, go downstairs and just like do whatever you want. Like, hey, let's go get lunch. Hey, let's go do this. Like now you have to like plan things, you know? So it's a beautiful time. So I missed that. So a part of me knew that I was using Johnny to like stay connected to that world because that world no longer existed. Like done. Like I cannot do study abroad again other than an internship, but it still is like, it's not the same people, not the same environment. You know, it's a different dynamic. So yeah, so part of me used him to stay close to that life, you could say. So anyways, during our relationship, I think even about like 3 or 4 months in, he had told me that he loved me. Fair enough, he said it a bit earlier. Yeah, I think he said it over the summer. He was like, I love you. And I said, I love you too. And I really only loved him as a friend. I didn't love him as anything else. I knew that. It just came out. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of like all these other stories. But it just came out. And I loved him as a friend. And I knew that. But I like wanted to not think about the other dude also. You know, like just trying to restrain myself. And there's a lot of backstory as to why I didn't continue that wishy-washy, whatever it was with Nick. But I just knew that, like, in terms of heartache, that my best bet was going to be my best guy friend because he wasn't going to hurt me because he knew all that I had been through, like, even before that, like, and I knew that he loved me, you know? And to be honest, I also heard, I don't know who told me this, but like, if you date someone who you're not attracted to, then they'll love you more. That for me was proven to be true. Okay. Like I said, I loved him as a friend. That was it. He really loved me. He showed me that he loved me. I mean, this kid would have done anything for me. Bullet, grenade, catch a grenade, like anything, he would have done it for me. For sure, 100%. Anyways, we ended up spending the holidays together. And there's a moment in time where my mom had asked me, she was like, hey, Luisa, like, should I go with you to go meet him? And I was like, Mom, this isn't serious. I'm not going to marry him. Like, it just came out. She looked at me and she was like, okay. So I was like, Mom, you can't, like, you literally cannot meet his family. This is not that serious. Like, don't. He doesn't know that. If he's watching this, now he does. But that was also another indication to me and myself, like another red flag, you could say, to myself, that I didn't actually care for this person as much as I wanted to make myself believe, or as much as I made him believe, you know? Time went on. And during that time, I had also, like right before I went to go see him for the holidays, I had also kind of piqued an interest in new people that I had met. So like in a new guy or new guys, just like to get to know them. That's really what I wanted, but I was attracted to them. I never acted on anything. I wouldn't do that. But like there was another indication, like if I'm allowing myself to not necessarily be friends with other guys, but like if I'm thinking of like wanting to be around that guy instead of the person that I'm with, then clearly there's a problem. If I'm thinking of like, oh wow, that guy's really attractive, would love to like get to know him, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, like, you know what I mean. There's a fine line between like, oh, that person's cool, to like, I'm really attracted to that person. You know, there's a fine line, okay? January of that year, so we had already been together about like 8 months. I'm Christian, okay? So I was like worshiping, and I was singing. It was like a Thursday night worship at my school, or was it at church? I'm not sure, but I remember where I felt God talk to me and tell me, Luisa, like I was looking up at the stars. Yeah, it was outside. I was looking up at the stars. And Luisa was like, God was like, why don't you trust me with relationships? Like, how could you not think that I know what you want? How could you not think that I know what you need in a relationship? And I was like, well, I never thought of it that way. Okay. And as I was looking up at the stars, he was like, think of all the people you haven't met. And I was like, what? I don't know. It just literally, it came to me like a freaking cold glass of water onto my head. Okay. And I was like, you're right. I was like, there's so many people I haven't met. Like, and I'm just sitting here and I'm wasting my time with him when clearly he knew marriage had come up. And I was like, yeah. And I like made jokes about it and stuff. But like clearly he knew that he wanted to be with me, and I knew that I didn't want to be with him. So the next day I remember I was like, Lord, all right, I'm gonna do this. I was in a positive mood. This is probably the most positive breakup I had ever been involved in. Okay. Like the breaking. And I mean positive in the sense of like, I was fine. I was chilling. I was joyful in a sense. And I called him and I said, hey, like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't know what I told him, blah, blah, blah. That's probably a video for another time. But I broke up with him and I felt a lot of peace about it. I was sad because I knew that I was more sad at the fact that I lost a friend rather than a boyfriend. Like, I had wished that I wouldn't have caused him pain, and I had wished I would have just kept him as a friend because like we probably would still be friends now. And I messed that up. Sorry for the lighting. This is like really bright right now. And I messed that up. And I realized like it hurt me that I hurt my friend, And that's what I'm saying. Like, ladies and gentlemen, like, you guys know, we know when we actually like someone. We know when we love someone. If you've never been in love before, then you will find out what it means to love someone. I'm sure at some point. Okay, everyone does fall in love. But you know the difference. Like, if you really care for that person more than just a friend, if you're faking it for yourself, just like, I don't know, just for fun, for entertainment, for your own pain or like distraction from, because that's what it was. Like, for me, like I said, I didn't want to let go of the past. I didn't want to let go of studying abroad. I didn't want to let go of my life in Switzerland, and he was part of it. And so I was like, no. And so I did let go. That's another story about letting go. I realized, like, this was years ago, okay? But I realized, like, no one deserves that. I knew that then, but I just want to tell you now, no one deserves that. So if you're there and you're dating someone or you're pursuing someone that you don't see a future with, please don't waste your time. Just don't. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. No one should be used like for entertainment, as I said, or to fill in some need of yours that's just completely selfish. Take the time instead to focus on yourself, to focus on parts of your own personal growth, spiritual health, mental health. Especially now, if you're watching this during quarantine, this is the time, honey. This is the time to glow up. This is the time to work on yourself. This is the time to do the things that you said you would never do, or no, the things that you've always wanted to do, that you always said that you didn't have time to do it. This is the time. So cut it off. Cut off the man, the woman that you're talking to, that you and I both know that you have no feelings for, you don't see a future with them. Kill it, cut it, and you're good. So yeah, I just want to share that brief message with you guys. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you know when I post next. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.